Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is the 43rd part of What If Deku Was Sanji's Reincarnation, My Heroes Reborn. The author of this great fanfic is Emily. Links to them and original story in the description. Chapter 43, The One Behind It. The remaining members of the group headed upstairs. They were almost there to free the real heroes and not the heroes in training. However, at this point Izuku knew he had to have Haki on the whole time. That was when he stopped. "Someone's coming," said Izuku. All of them were on alert. That was when a clear high-ranking villain showed up. "You have good instincts," he taunted, but not good enough. He could tell that Melissa wasn't a fighter and attacked her with his arm that could turn into a blade. Izuku and Achiko watched in horror as she was sent flying. "You bastard!" yelled Izuku as he activated Hell Memoirs. The villain looked at Izuku in shock as he was surrounded in green flames. He then kicked the villain so hard that he hit the wall and it dented. Not only that, but he was on fire. "Deku! Calm down!" called out Melissa. Melissa as standing up. "It's just my arm," said Melissa, holding it up. There was a cut and some injuries, but other than that she was fine. Achiko went over and began to treat it while Izuku calmed down with the flames dying. He breathed a sigh of relief. "That fire?" asked Melissa, confused. "It's kind of hard to explain," said Izuku. "It has something to do with my past life, and it's better if I don't explain science when it comes to my past life." "What?" asked Melissa. "Now's not the time to ask questions. Things aren't looking good in the server room. Time is running out for class rep. Great Perv is also about to run out and Momo is going to regret all of her life choices," said Aiko. "You're right," said Melissa. "Wait, what was that last one?" said Izuku. "The server room. After using reciprocal burst, Ida's engines were stalling." "I'm sorry, but my engines," he said. "I'm tapped out," said Mineta, suffering from blood loss. Momo looked at the cupcakes in front of her. She knew that the bright red frosting was not for show. She grabbed one and ate it. The look on her face resembled someone who decided to take one of those eating challenges at a restaurant. Not the type where you would have to eat the most, but rather the ones that were a super spicy challenge. Which was pretty much what she was doing. "It's going to be fine, don't worry," said Toru, reassuring her. "How spicy are those cupcakes?" yelled Kyoka. Aid Toru as Momo was taking a sip of the milk. Momo powered through it, however, because everyone was relying on her ammo for the time being. Back with Izuku's group. "Oh, that makes sense," said Izuku. Toru had showed him the recipe for Bakugo's cupcakes, and he knew that the frosting was super spicy. He also wasn't surprised at the cupcakes being so spicy as he knew Bakugo's tastes. They got to the level they needed to be at. However, as they got to the floor, Izuku blinked. "Where are the villains?" he asked. "What do you mean?" asked Melissa. "He mentioned or them follow them and they got a vault room." At the computer was David. Nearby his assistant was helping him get something. All of them watched. They talked about how after all this time they got the invention back and how the board couldn't keep it from them. And how they were behind it. "Papa?" asked Melissa. David froze as he saw the three. "Melissa," he said. "Papa, is this true, you were behind it?" said Melissa. "Melissa, it's not what you think," said David. "What are you, are the one behind this?" asked Melissa. David didn't answer. "At the party. I just got some news about what's really going on," said Aiko somewhat quietly. "I don't know if I can tell you at all." "What, why?" asked All Might. "Aiko, how bad is it?" asked Hibiki. "I don't know if I can be the one to tell you," admitted Aiko. "Did Dave said All Might. No, if it was that, I would tell you, said Aiko. I really shouldn't be the one to be bearer of bad news when it comes to this. Both All Might and Hibiki became cornered. Hopefully though you'll be free soon considering everything, said Aiko. Back in the vault, Melissa was still in shock. The papa I know would become a villain, cried Melissa. Melissa, please let me explain, sighed David. He took a breath. You might now know this, but All Might isn't well. He's losing his quirk, said David. What? Asked Ochako in shock. He's losing his quirk because of giving one for all to me, thought Izuku. Izuku clenched his fist. On the way to the tower earlier, All Might pulled him aside and told him that David didn't know about the quirk. It's true, that's why I invented this, said David. It's a device that amplifies quirks, and unlike drugs there would be no side effects. However, the board took it away from us and locked it away. So you just decided to steal it, yelled Melissa. Please Melissa, it was the only choice. Do you know why Japan has such a low crime rate? Asked David. It's because of All Might. Japan has 6% crime rate while other countries however around 20%. Without All Might, the symbol of peace, there will be a spike in crime like no other. However, he was suddenly cut off. Hey, I have a question, said Aiko from Izuku's transceiver. Izuku held it up, getting the feeling that Aiko was being completely serious at the moment. I'm an artificial intelligence that Hibiki Kenzoku created, so you could say I know all about inventions and mad science, said Aiko. Okay, not completely serious, mostly serious. You invented that thing for All Might so that he wouldn't have to ever retire and keep going, right? Said Aiko. But did you ever his opinion? What? Sked David. No, she's right, said Izuku. Did you ever ask All Might what he wanted? I never told him about it, admitted David. Why? Asked Izuku. David didn't answer. Izuku could tell that there were problems with their friendship, but he wasn't sure what else more to say. However, Melissa took over again. You might be trying to help Uncle Might, but Deku and his friends have gotten hurt over this, said Melissa, then showed off her own injury. I've gotten hurt over this. What? Said David, honestly confused. They're supposed to be actors, just paid actors. What? Asked Izuku. Yeah, expect for one guy. From what I've seen, these are not paid actors, said Aiko. Wait, one guy? Asked Ochako. There's one guy who started chatting with Yuzu about movies. It started out with a reference to one movie and now it's evolved into a conversation about various movies, said Aiko. But the point is that they're not actors, or they really suck at their jobs. David, on the other hand, was confused. But they're supposed to be actors, he said. That was when they heard chuckling. They saw the leader of the villains. They turned and saw him. Sorry to say, but it wasn't all for show, said the leader. So you're the one behind it? Asked Izuku. However, that was when the assistant grabbed the case containing the device and ran towards the leader. Sam? Asked David, surprised. But you just let them take it, yelled the assistant named Sam. We could have made millions on the device, but you just let them. He handed the device to the leader. So about that payment? Asked Sam. Oh right, the payment, said the leader as he checked the device. And then he took out a gun and shot Sam. Sam! Cried Melissa. Everyone was horrified. Why? Asked Sam, who was still alive. Sorry, but that's the payment you deserve, said the leader with an evil smirk. I don't, said Sam. It doesn't matter, said the leader. He was about to shoot Sam again. However, someone ran in and took the bullet. It was David. Melissa cried even more as she watched how her father was shot. Izuku gritted his teeth in anger and entered Sanji mode. "Achiko, take care of her," said Izuku. Achiko nodded, knowing that Izuku could handle it. Izuku ran towards the leader ready to fight him, however that was only the beginning of the fight that night. Because it was going to get far more intense as the night went on. That will be it for this part. I hope everyone enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and comment if you want part 44. If you want to hear more from me, subscribe. I hope to see you all in the next one.